your side is kind of it's already maximum, right?
Yeah, I went maximum. I just started recording, so we're recording now.
Okay. I gonna blah blah say some Chinese, and then
Mm-hmm.
I gonna back talk to you your background and ask you some several questions,
Okay.
and okay, you can put the our camera to let people see you and say
All
also
right.
say hi to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a good?
Yeah, I got a little bit lag down here, but it gonna be fine. Yeah, I see you right now.
Yeah. Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hello，大家好，欢迎来收看我们 Creative Gear 第2期的公开课。这次我们邀请到的大神是我同事，也是我之前的一位很尊敬的老师。他在教学领域干了很多年，而且他工作的时候我还没有出生，大概在1980几年就开始入行了。他叫 Rui Albino，全名是 Rui Philip Albino。他是一个之前做animation 动画分镜的一位分镜师，大概工作了30年左右。然后他做过动画分镜，做过电影、游戏，现在就在专职做我们的一些游戏的过场动画。大家看到之前那个 For Honor 就是战魂荣耀吧，应该中文叫战魂荣耀，还有孤岛惊魂，一些Far Cry，还有那个 Watchdog， 他都有参与过一些we call cinematic， 就是过场动画的一些分镜头。这次公开课呢，我想去，因为在国内我朋友圈里听说很少有专门针对分镜头的教学的一个培训也好，或者说学校也好，所以说在国外这边呢是也不是很多。我们公司大概700人左右吧，600-700人左右。最近2年招人招的很多，600-700人左右。我们公司一共就1到2位专职的分镜师。OK， 所以说是分镜师是很难得，而且呢，他那个在游戏领域分镜动画，他们基本上都是做完一个项目去转到另一个项目，大概就一个项目待2-3个月时间，跟那个项目里面有那些去做那个动作捕捉呀，动画组，他们主要跟动画组一块合作。我之前也给Watchdog 做过一些分镜，但是不是专职的，他就是我们 concept 组就是概念设计组吧，有时候会就是帮助其他组呀，一些 level 组呀，还有动画组呀去做一些其他的一些工作，就我们都会参与到。我是参与的比较多的一个，因为我跟上面提，我感觉我特别喜欢就是类似于分镜还有镜头那一类的去画画，所以说他们就会时常的安排我一些东西。然后在工作中，我跟这位如意老师就是学了特别多的东西。有时候分镜我才意识到，不是说你速写画得好就可以画分镜，有时候确实不一样。就跟做概念设计，不是说你画一张特别漂亮的画就可以当图用。所以说跟工作图它相关的话，它是还是有一定差别。它这个是跟一些就是剧情有很多的联系，还有一些跟就是游戏的整个制作流程，分镜头也是一个主要把控或者说去渲染一个就是策划那边出来故事以后，它主要呈现是通过分镜去呈现给朋友去了解这个游戏的一些背景之类的东西。所以说 我希望能在我们这期的课程中呢加入分镜课，让国内很多做电影的朋友能够了解一下，在游戏领域或在影视领域，分镜是怎么去诠释一个镜头的一个运用。我们下面会介绍一些Rui老师之前的一些背景，然后跟上次第一次的公开课一样，也是从背景，然后介绍一下课程，然后大家有什么问题可以及时的问我，然后我可以转达给他。Okay. Yo, what's up, Rui?
Hey,
Yeah, finish my talking.
great.
And you're doing something?
So yeah, I'm just doodling, just whatever, just so I keep myself
Okay.
busy while you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I gonna say. So I know you are working starting from 1980 something. So basically, like which year you start to work?
All right. I guess I started in 1989 at Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, doing graphics,
Oh, you
doing
mean the
computer
broadcast, like a
graphics.
radio station?
No, TV,
TD?
TV, television.
OK，
Yeah.
Rui 呢，他是1989年就开始入行工作了，我是88年出生，他 OK，
Hmm.
我比他早一点。Yeah, I'm born from 88, so you're working from 89. Wow.
Yeah.
他是一开始是在加拿大的工作电台工作，然后就跟一些 TV show 呀，就是电视剧、电视节目做一些分镜。Okay, so after like the broadcast TV show, and how many years you work for that?
How many years there?
Yes.
I worked there for a year and a half while I was still finishing up at Sheridan College.
Okay, so after you just work for the TV show and then you started teaching.
No. I actually in '89
You take
I was
Sheridan.
studying. Yeah, while I was studying in my second year at Sheridan College studying
Okay.
animation,
Yeah.
I got the gig at Canadian Broadcasting Corporation (CBC).
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I graduated, I went to a company called ReadySoft doing video games.
Radisoft. Okay, so after Sheridan, you started your gaming industry.
Yeah,
Kind of?
yeah. I got my
Okay.
start in the gaming industry.
Okay. So how many years you work like for gaming?
So I did that for about 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
and then I worked in the storyboard department at Nelvana, working on
Wow,
cartoons.
Novana.
Yeah.
It's quite big, I heard.
Yeah. They were, especially here, right
Yeah.
in Toronto. They were
Okay.
the big studio.
Okay.
So yeah. So
after gaming, you kind of like transferred to animation, right?
yeah.
Okay. So how many years you work for animation over there?
I did that for I'd say maybe 2 years,
Yes.
and then I went back to gaming to the company called Gray Matter, and I did that for half a year, and
Yeah, I
then
know storyboarding. You're like a jump over.
yeah,
like,
right,
different
and
companies.
then I went back to Nelvana for 6 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after that, it was all freelance, so it was everywhere. It was Nelvana, it was Ottawa, some companies in Ottawa. Yeah.
他 Rui 呢，他是89年开始工作，当时他还就是大概是学生吧，因为他在那边工作了1到2年左右，他就去了这面一个很不错的一个学校，叫 Sheridan， 可能中文叫希尔丹，是在多伦多加拿大来说，动画是很不错的一个学校，大家都叫什么动画中的哈佛嘛。我当时在留学的时候去了 Seneca， 因为 Sheridan 在国内的宣传力度没有 Seneca 大，然后来了 Seneca 我就OK 有点尴尬，所以说他在 Seneca 大概是2到4年的一个课程，完了事儿以后他就去做了那个做游戏了。 游戏他好像做了1-2年，在个小游戏公司，之后去了一个比较大的一个动画公司叫 Novana，可能在世界上还不知道名，因为我不太了解动画行业那个公司的名字之类的，但是在多伦多 Novana 是最大的一个游戏公司。Novana 完了以后，他在那儿工作了2年左右，然后又去了做游戏，去另一家游戏公司，大概1-2年。因为分镜这个工作，就是说你很难去在一个公司里面待特别长时间，尤其是游戏公司，因为游戏公司的分镜部分，很局限。就是好比一个游戏，就像我们同时在做，基本是3到5个项目，平均在一个公司600-700个人同时在做，但我们只需要1到2个分镜师就可以解决3到5个项目的所有问题。所以说，在游戏行业呢，分镜不是特别那个一个很 popular，不是一个很就是很需要的一个职位，但是需要，就是工作量没有动画呀，没有电影那么大。然后呢，他在游戏公司第2家游戏公司工作了1到2年左右，然后又回到罗湾呢，然后在那儿因为全是动画嘛，就是一季一季动画，那很长的。我见过，我之前有一个老师，他动画工作流程我们会一会儿具体的去问一下如意。我见过一个老师去画分镜，基本就是拿到脚本，他的脚本是，就是上面给他录好了音频，然后他边听着音频边去按照音频的节奏去画分镜。据我了解，所以说画动画分镜是从那个步骤开始的。他在 Novana 之后又工作了7年吧左右的时间，7年加2年4年，就是10几年，就是1999年到2000年之前，这是他大概的一个经历。然后大家可以去看一下他的那个IMDB，I'm showing them your IMDb page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got to update that because I
Oh,
just
really?
joined. I joined I don't know, last year, and there's a lot
Okay.
of stuff that they're missing that I'm putting in. Yeah, but yeah.
Nice. OK。这边我还没在 B 站里边，我还不能那个 copy 这个 page，不能复制粘贴。我在群里贴一下吧。我们的群呢是，我给大家说一下群信息，就是有兴趣的朋友可以来群里，因为在 B 站这上面好像不能复制粘贴一些信息，挺麻烦的。它这在 IMDB 就是一个做电影的应该都知道，就是上面的很多演员呀，还有一些那个就是工作者会把他们上面一个就像 LinkedIn 一样，把大家的一些做过的项目都会在上面 share 一下。大家可以看一下它的 page，是挺惊人的，对我来说。OK, Rui.
Yes.
Yeah, people still feels like my voice kind of low. I'm not pretty sure.
Hmm.
And,
I have it max.
but you already maxed over there, right?
You know what? Let me try system sounds. Let's see if
Yeah.
that makes it better.
Can you boot up the system sound a little bit more?
Yeah, so I have Max System Sound, Max Billy Live, Google. That shouldn't matter. You want me to try that too? Because it's basically the browser. Put the browser volume up.
I don't think so that matter.
Let's try.
Okay.
Oh, oh boy, that made a big difference for me. I hear you louder now.
Hear me louder?
Oh yeah.
So if you hear me louder, they should be hear me louder as well. So
Okay, so there we go. It was actually the browser's
okay.
volume. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Let me check.
Okay.
Let me ask people if they're okay. Yeah, I think it's about the. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this feels fine. Okay, so it's the browser's problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so you basically say your background is after, 2000 years, you go back and forth from the gaming and animation, right?
Let's see. I after ReadySoft, I did a stint all at the same time of all these game companies. But once I became a storyboard artist,
Yes.
uh, I did that for a long time, and I didn't touch gaming
Okay.
for until 20. What would it be? What are we? We're in 2018, so it'd be 2015.
2015?
Yeah, that's when I got back into gaming. Since animation, I did feature animation, B feature animation, storyboards,
Wow.
and then I've been teaching at Seneca for now about 10, 11 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what do you mean by like a feature animation? It's like, some 3D animation?
No, so feature, it was 3D, but feature means in the movie theaters as opposed to on TV or
Okay.
video. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Louis 呢，他在大概工作到做动画是在2015年之前，15年之前他基本都在动画行业去做一些分镜，然后15年之后他开始做游戏了。15年就是我当时进公司的时候，所以说他在基本同一年就开始来到公司，就是算是专职的做游戏分镜。然后他之前呢，他说他做了很多 feature 的一些动画，就是有一些动画不是 feature，他说刚问他 feature 什么意思，就是 feature 就是说在电影院播出的，大概就是大家看的一些动画电影。他做了很多那个，而且还有一些 TV show，TV show 是不会在电影院，不是电影嘛，就是一些电视节目。他做了一些动画之前的 credit，然后他在 Seneca，就是我上学那个学校 Seneca College，在多伦多，在加拿大来说吧，Seneca 和 Sheridan，算是两个挺不错的一个艺术类院校。他在 Seneca 教课大概10年左右的时间，但是他在 Seneca 之前我上课的时候，因为我上的是插画课，他教的不是分镜，分镜是另一个老师在教，他教的是雕塑课，他的雕塑能力特别的强，有空我可以让他们拍一些图，看一下他之前雕的作品，就是大家喜欢玩，就是游戏模型手办的，他会自己用那些可塑的橡皮泥儿之类的去做雕塑，然后弄出一个很艺术品那个东西，特别特别有意思。当时我们在跟他学这个，然后自己去手绘上色、喷色之类的。他做那个，我没想到他竟然是做那个还能做的能去教课。我估计他之前也是个人兴趣之类的。然后他分镜呢，现在是好像在教那个动画专业的一些学生，但是之前我上课的时候他是教雕塑课的，所以说他对分镜来说就是如何研究人体结构，从雕塑入手，还是一个很不错的一个选择。Okay, so Rui.
Yep.
So after you came Ubisoft,
Yep.
so it's like you basically fully work on the video games, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. and since coming into Ubisoft, I don't want to go back to TV or yeah.
OK，
Yeah.
yeah， 他说他来了做游戏以后，他就是毕竟做游戏的分镜跟动画分镜有点区别，因为动画除了 feature 动画还好，可以做一些比较有意思的镜头。然后呢，做一般的 TV show 动画，就是大家看的2D 动画嘛，就是比较挺无聊。他说来做游戏以后，他就不想再回去做动画了。然后下面呢，我可能会问他一些大家所关心的一些分镜在工作中到底是如何运用的，就是类似于一些工作图的一些要求。Okay, Rui?
Yep.
Can I ask you some question about, say, storyboard?
Sure.
Like, so I know some people like can do really good sketch, you know, like characters, thumbnails, everything.
Mm-hmm.
But as I know, it's kind of like a different from like a real storyboarding something, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit different, like say how to work on the productional storyboarding work?
Mm-hmm. So I think the biggest, the especially here at Ubisoft, the big challenge of being a storyboard artist here is
Yes.
Many times we don't get the scripts till it's already late. So
Okay.
I'm easily doing 60 panels, 40 panels. I say 40 panels is probably more. 40 in a day, in one day. I'll do 40 storyboard panels in a day. So it's 40 separate drawings.
Okay, so you by the way, you got like a script or not from them? I think you got script.
I'm sorry. Ask me that again.
I mean, I didn't like hear you clearly. Like you say you did got script or you didn't got script.
Okay, yeah.
Did you got script from the narrative directors?
Yeah. So I get the script, but
and then you sketch it out like 40, 60 panel a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
because a lot of times they end up being, as an example here, let me just show you real quick.
Okay.
So I would get the script, I would read the script, and then of course I'd have to go over it with the director, because then the director
Okay.
has certain ideas in mind. And another thing, the big difference is that the director is going to start using cinematic words, right? Cinematic communication. And
Okay.
so it's really important to understand that terminology, all those words, and know what they mean. But so, say for example, the director says, "Okay, we want the character coming into the scene." And
So they're gonna tell you exactly what they want from the very beginning, right?
Exactly, yeah. And then I'll say, "Okay, so he'll say, go do a long shot of the two characters meeting," and so then I'll go and draw a long shot of the two characters meeting. So even though one of the characters may not be in a long shot, they're actually going to meet the other character that would be in the long shot. So what does that mean? So that means that this character that I'm showing the back of right now is a medium shot, right?
Okay.
Because we're seeing about half the character.
Oh wait, okay, 1 second. So you already recorded, right? So I should make sure that.
Yes, it's recorded.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, this is all recording. It's been recording for 23 minutes.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, so Rui 呢，他在游戏公司，他的工作方式跟之前 animation 不太一样。跟 animation 会说是大概给你一个 script， 然后录好那个音频，然后给你音频，你去按照音频的节奏去画 storyboard。在游戏里面会比较放松一些，就是说你会拿到一个策划给你的一个故事情节，但是他们会。就是他们想象中会有一个就是搭景的一个过程，就是说我想从远景去介绍这两个人，还从近景，然后怎么样的镜头，他会跟你说的一个稍微详细一点，但是不会就是让你完全按照一个他们定死的节奏去工作。他们给你一个故事情节，然后告诉你他们期待所想看到的一些东西。然后呢，Rui的工作他画的很快，他一天。就是一整套 storyboard 可能画不完，但是他一天会画40到60个左右，就一个 panel 一个 panel， 就是一个镜头一个镜头，大概是40到60一天，去让他们就是大概了解一个就是这样的节奏可不可以啊，给他们一些选择。 Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so as I was drawing the one character, I would not get the full figure in, so
Yes.
I'll instantly go in and make sure to get that long shot in. That I'll make it smaller. But you can see how I'm being quite sketchy with it, and yet even though I'm being sketchy, I'm managing to get the gesture in, because there's not going to be times to make these really nice and pretty, because
Yes.
they need it all so fast. So what I end up doing is just ensuring that I understand my anatomy and my posing,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can get that in.
Yeah, I noticed that when you do storyboarding, you never go like a details anything until you figure out, the whole thing of the shot, right?
Sometimes we never get to go detailed because there's just no time, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah. So
yeah,
how many you are the only one storyboardist in UB, or is there another one?
there is another one. He's an animator, and so as an example, there's a different game that they're going to be needing some storyboards on, and I'm too busy, so they'll
Yes.
probably use him.
Okay.
So, but he's more of an animator, so they just use him when they have no choice.
OK。
Yeah.
Rui 在公司他跟我说他有两个就是分镜师，他是一个，另一个是做动画转过来的。就是如果如果 Rui 太忙的话，他们就可能会找那个算是一个替补吧。我问他就是你在公司分镜里边有一些你会不会画到一个很具体的一个就去 clean up 呀，去做一些细节。他说，有些时候很难去做一些很细节的东西，因为时间很不允许。他们出这个东西大概就是特别特别快的去在就是很短时间内让你能了解一个镜头，大家能看得懂就 OK。然后这些东西可能就是我们所之前提到的，就是说你即便画的很漂亮，但是这可能不是分镜所要的。分镜所要的是，不是一个 frame，就不是一个镜头一个 panel，它是如何让多个 panel 就是动画在一起去连接在一起，让大家看一个动态的一个效果。所以说这个我会一会儿具体问他去大概去怎么样把那个怎么可以玩转分镜，而不是说就是画一个关键帧。OK， so you step in a medium shot. Yeah, this is called medium shot, right?
So this character here is
Mm-hmm.
medium shot. MS. It's a medium shot of that character, but this character here is a long shot. So like if that's what the director asked for, that one character was going to come and meet up with the other one, then
Okay.
I would, and he wanted that character to be in a long shot, we'd probably create something like this.
Yes.
If you here, this is what I'll show as a quick freebie. So if I draw a simple figure here,
Okay.
and then from that, I'm going to do an entire kind of establishing shot. And then from that establishing shot, let me just get that in here, I'm going to actually show
So
what the
sometimes
different
like
shots are.
yeah, sometimes a shot is not like from very beginning you get into established shot and then go medium and long shot.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you just like go medium first and then you push back to do established shot.
Yeah, so it's
After,
almost like
right?
you go medium so that you have the audience going, what's going on? Where are they? And it creates
Okay.
this interest for the audience. And
Yes.
then you reveal what's going on and you pull wide.
OK，
Right?
他在这儿用的一个就是分镜常用，就是说先用中镜头和远镜头去做一些近景的铺垫，然后呢，就是大家想看一下电影一样，它可能有一些根据他这个道理，大家可以推测，就是有一些镜头，在一开始他不会就是交代的很清楚这个时间、地点之类，他会从一些很细节的东西去入手，然后呢。就是几个镜头之后，然后推到一个远景，它叫 establishing shot， 就是去交代这个场景的一个大远景的一个镜头，然后去让观众知道 ，OK， 这两个人是在哪儿，一些东西就埋一些伏笔吧。Okay, so after you get in the establishing shot, it's more about the timing, location, the story thing happening, right? and make it clear, to clarify.
It's always about clarification. It's always
Okay.
about making sure that, in this case, you even want to help the actors out, because the actors are going to come in, and if excuse me, if they can see a good visual that the
Okay.
director asks for, they'll get a
Yes.
better idea of what they need to do for that scene, right? And
Yes.
then from there, the animators will look at it, and the other directors, the producers, any other of the stakeholders, so anyone else that's involved can see before they go spending lots of money
Okay.
to actually produce it, right? They can make sure it's going to work.
So it's the function of establishing shot, right? So you can let them know like how much money, like what's your budget, can you control everything on this?
Yeah,
So you basically,
and it's before spending a lot of money, because you storyboard it and you get a good idea because of the clarity, like you pointed out, because you've made things very clear of what's going on, what's happening. People can look at it and see, okay, yes, this is working, no, it's not working. So before we go spending hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in producing something that's not going to work, let's make sure it works in the storyboard, and then we can spend the money and be a lot more satisfied with
so
results.
Basically they're gonna tell you like what's their budget, or
no,
like no, they won't tell you this.
No, they won't.
I have tons of money, I gonna make something, crazy shot.
Yeah.
Okay. But they're gonna require you to do something what they want to see, right?
Yeah. So they're gonna say, okay, so this is what we got for our script. This is how I want it to be filmed, and I want it to be seen. And then from there, what will end up happening is I'll do it. Then we'll get the editors to actually create what's called a like a reel or an animatic. And then from the animatic, they can get a good idea if the story's working, if the dynamics are working, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's and so it's like, a good way to put it, a storyboard's the blueprint for the game and for the production. Yeah.
Okay， 它在大家所看就是一些 establishing shot，establishing shot，另一个刚才说的第一个功能，大概就是说，就是让观众们去更清晰去了解这个故事呀，去了解这个情节。然后另一个对于制作人他们这方团队的一个功能，就是说他们能清楚的了解到，就是我做这么一个场景需要花多少钱，然后我怎么去让人去演这个场景，就这个人物从角色从哪个方向进入呀，然后镜头怎么摆，基本上就是从这种镜头开始的。然后分镜一个最主要的就是一个作用就是控制成本嘛，就是在你花好几百万去拍一个电影、拍一个镜头的之前，你可以通过分镜去了解 ，OK， 大概需要什么东西。当然，我们做概念图的也会涉及到这些，但是毕竟你做分镜，一个电影它是一个片子，或者说一段动画，这里面涉及的东西可能要相对比做一张图的东西要多。所以说在这儿，而且会牵扯到人的成本，对吧？你要加就是几个演员进去，就像国内一样，你有请个明星之类的那些东西，然后造成什么效果？之前我听说有做一些爆炸类镜头，就是你炸一下多少钱，炸一下多少钱，我能不能有这么多钱去炸这么多一些镜头去给他们做一个前期的一个预算。Okay, so after like you let them know like what's your budget and what kind of effects you can achieve from this kind of storyboard. Yeah, so that you can just like let them know you have several options.
Yes, yeah, we will do iterations. Yeah, and yeah, which are different options. So they'll try one way, then they'll try another, and then from that they can decide if they're happy with that, right? Yeah. And
what do you mean by you put a little red dot on the corner?
I'm going to show you. So what I'm doing now is because you asked me, is that a medium shot, is that a long shot? So what I'm doing now is I'm going to create each shot. So so this would be where the red dots are, is like the framing. And so here, I might as well, let me finish it off actually. Let me just go like this.
Yeah.
Go like that. Oops. Like this. this.
Yeah, I used to think like some concept piece. I work similar as storyboard artist. Like you have to let the team producer know how much money you're gonna make this game and what kind of thing you're gonna include this piece.
Yeah.
Right. I think storyboard share the same function as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so right now I think I have too many windows open. So it's
Okay.
not gonna let me just do this. Get rid of that.
Take your time.
Get rid of that. Okay. Oh. And I want to make sure there's nothing that shouldn't be here. Okay, I don't need that anymore. That was a doodle, so let's get rid of that. No. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I want to keep that.
然后Rui他特别喜欢用这个Painter 这个软件，可能画分镜都挺喜欢那种就是有点速写感的笔刷吧。他跟我说他用这个用了好多年。我在一开始刚入行的时候，刚开始做游戏的时候，我也是用 Painter， 然后我感觉 Painter 就是太舒服了用着。然后但是当时去了公司。我的当时的我的头帮我想改画，然后他们就不会用 Painter， 然后呢我就没法让他们帮我改，他们不会用嘛，然后后来就说 OK， 然后我就学了 Photoshop， 然后 Photoshop 当时用过 Painter 和 Photoshop 人可能会了解到 Painter 是更接近于一个传统绘画的一个就是模拟传统绘画的一个软件，它在里面的混色功能特别强大。Photoshop 是大概是做就是分层嘛，分层涂层。当然现在有很多就是 Smart Tool， 还有一些那个 Web Brush 之类的，可以做一些混色。但是 Painter 好像就是以混色很真实，而且你可以去调色的时候做一些就是很模拟传统绘画的一个工作，就边混边调色是特别有意思。但是现在很少人用 Painter 去画画。尤其在工作当中 ，Painter 一个缺点就是说，如果你开太多的图层，它会占用内存特别大，所以说，而且就是不太适合 production work。但自己画图的话 ，Painter 还是很好用的一个图。Okay, so you know what? You're gonna. I think people gonna curious about like if we do like a one panel. Right, like a key shot something, like keyframe something.
Yeah.
It's everything about, say, composition, lighting, and overlap, that kind of thing, right? So because it's still shot, it's not animated. So I'm assuming that because I see some animation, I see, just the gap and the timing between different shot, it's different.
Yeah.
And the angle, everything's different. And it got blur or something. I saw your curriculum. They say so the function of the camera is like looks like a very important to storyboarding a movie something. So can you introduce a little bit more, say like how to make a very interesting looking animated storyboarding, that kind of like a knowledge? You don't have to like illustrate like Toon Boom something.
So just like, do you want me to show like a sample?
No, it's like say the function of a camera. You say, so how can we, play the camera, to slow down a scene, to speed up a scene, that kind of thing.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, well,
yeah, you can just like mention a little bit like the knowledge of the camera, like you
so
the camera, that kind of thing.
For storyboard artists, a lot of times the camera becomes an abstract, meaning. I mean, we never actually use a camera, yet we have to understand the process of a camera and what a camera is doing. And so, always, with the mind that the camera is going to show the audience what's happening, what's on the stage, what's in the scene, what's in the shot. Okay. What ends up happening is, if I say, for example, I have a buildup of a scene. So, we're entering the trap and we're getting closer. And as we're doing it, we're pacing our shots. So say say we'll have a shot of the character going closer to the trap. So maybe they're opening a door and they're going to be stepping in. So we'll probably play the about maybe 5 seconds, maybe 4 seconds on the character. Sorry?
Slower?
Yeah, so that's slow, right? So it's a 4-second shot of this character coming up to the doorknob, touching it, concerned, and turning it.
Yes.
And then we'd cut. And we might cut to the face, and the face could be like doing a wincing kind of action, like, oh, I hope this is okay. And then the eye would open up, so like we could probably pull another 2 seconds on that. So we've gone from about 5 or 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Then the door opens, and then we cut back to character, and the character's like, right? So we're keeping it easy, and then the character steps in, and wham! All of a sudden the trap springs, and you see you start doing a lot more cuts, and you start making the cuts quicker to help add that tempo and add that feel. So it's like it's like every shot is like a beat on a drum, and as
that is a very good example.
Yeah, right. So as you're getting more intense, you start speeding up the drum beats, right?
So you consider like the first function of storyboarding is like about control the timing, right?
The first function, oh boy, the first function of storyboarding is the composition.
I mean, but you're talking about the timing, how to use timing to tell a story.
Oh yes, definitely, very important. A lot of times in a storyboard, though, if a board artist isn't careful, the camera people, the director, so many people along through the pipeline might not agree with that timing, and they may change it as they want. And because if I say if I indicate to the editor that I want this on an 8-frame beat. So what I'm saying is like a drum beat every 8 frames, which works out to be 3 times a second, right? So 3 times a second we're going boom, 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 like we're hitting the drum beat. So it's given a certain pace. So
I think we can like a little bit like a shorter sentence so that I can do translation.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Rui says like 他说这个当我们做 storyboarding 的时候，就是第一要素嘛，就是 about 构图，就是构图是做一个就是关键帧，还有一些概念图之类相当重要。但是你做 storyboard 的时候，我们说的就是时间点就是特别重要，一个叫 timing， 就是好比说他举了个例子，就是当一个人去伸手去开门的一个过程，然后当你开门的时候，你可能会4-5秒左右，然后这时候会 cut。就是去反打几个镜头，去看一些他的面部表情呀，然后缩进他的眼睛呀，然后他的手在抖呀那种感觉，然后去反映一下他的内心情况，就是他很期待开了门，或者会很害怕，然后或者会期待看一些东西，然后开了门以后，可能会有一个2到5秒之类的一个就是大概一个反映心理过程的一个东西，可能给一个远镜头之类的，所以说在画分镜这个过程中，就是说很多考虑的是，我理解的，从他说的，我理解就是说，你很考验一个分镜师的一个想象能力，就是当你去画分镜的时候，你可能就要想象着你在看一个电影 ，OK， 然后就说不是说你画1到2个 panel， 告诉他 OK， 这个人在开门，然后开了门看见什么东西就 OK 了，所以说大概要想象说。我在开门到伸手，然后去开门，开门之后，然后开门的瞬间和一些过程，我们需要通过什么元素去反映这个人的一些内心的一些活动。然后他举了个例子说，这个 timing 就是 storyboard 一些就分镜的一个节奏感，就像大家在玩那个架子鼓一样，这鼓点的一个节奏感，就蹦蹦蹦 right now 这种感觉的东西是特别卡节奏的一个东西，就是说你把这个节奏如果卡好的话，在分镜中是特别需要注重。Okay, so you're talking about the timing thing about storyboard, and for example, like say to convey different feeling of that kind of shot, is there any like a special technique to help people to understand. Like say you wanna to exaggerate that kind of horror movie or the horror like kind of feeling of the story. So what kind of shot or what kind of timing you already use? I know for different different feeling, like to see a happy world, to see a sad world, right?
Yeah.
That kind of different feeling, you probably have different kind of technique or
Yes.
knowledge.
Yeah. So for the world, usually if it's the world specifically and what we see in the world, that would usually fall upon the set designer or the background designer or the layout artist, right? Depending on the what kind of movie it is. But if say I wanted someone to be frightened,
Okay.
and I wanted them to be intimidated, then I would make sure that the camera is above them, so that the character we're looking at, we're looking down on them. So that way we'll see them as vulnerable. We'll see them as below
Like
the
you
audience.
mean a down shot, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It'd be a down shot, and of course, not only be a down shot, but the character that's frightened, it'd probably be like we'd see them looking directly at the camera, all curled up, and in body language, it indicates that that they're trying to protect themselves.
I thought it should be like an upper shot, like from.
Well, an upper shot, what an up shot will do is that'll be the scary person we see.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So as an example, if we wanted to see a scary man, then yeah, we would definitely see it like this.
You can
right?
just doodling, and I gonna turn it on. So Rui 说就是当我在问他一些就是对于不同种类的镜头，你是不是分镜会用不同的一些手法去渲染这种镜头的一些感觉吧？就是他说的一个经常用那个，如果想渲染一个镜头，这个人感觉很害怕，然后感觉很 scary 那种感觉，就很紧张的气氛，经常会用一个叫大家说仰视吧，然后去看这个人，感觉很害怕那种感觉。就是说，就像大家我感觉就是平时我们在用透视画透视一样，就每个人都会画透视吧，大概至少就是大家看到所有东西都是一个透视角度，就一点透视、两点透视那些都很简单，就是所以说学透视不是一个特别很重要，是基础嘛，就每个人都需要知道，但是如何运用一个透视的角度去画场景也好，画镜头也好，我觉得那才是最根本。就像人在学那个，大家都说要学结构、学解剖，但是解剖就是作为一个很基础一个基点，你不懂解剖，当然你画不出什么东西来。但你懂了解剖，你也不一定能画出什么很 dynamic body language。怎么用解剖去画一个人的一个动态形象呢？所以说有些东西就解剖学会了，你可能要研究这个人是如何动态的一个规律，就像分镜一样，你用去结合解剖，结合一个人体动态语言，然后再结合一个镜头的运用，你才能画好一个分镜，而不是说我懂透视，我懂解剖，然后你就可以 work. Sometimes it's not working. Okay, so it's like a opposite shot on the other guy, or
yeah. So this is an example of the difference between an audience feeling afraid for someone,
okay,
or feeling intimidated by someone. So if this is our hero, the one that I'm drawing right now,
I'm guessing this guy is like feels like being threatened by someone, right?
Right. Yeah. And if we look at it, so let me back up now. Right. This one here,
yes.
Right. He looks scary. He's scary. Right. So if we want the audience to feel for the character, when we look up at this and we know it's a POV, then the audience is being frightened with the character. But if we want to see the audience, if we want the audience to see how the character's reacting to being afraid, then that's going to be that down shot of that character, right? Doing the exact opposite type of thing, where they're looking up, going, oh my goodness, right? And then you can always do the same thing where you do this.
Yeah, so you can feel like if you do the down shot, it feels like the pressure or something on his face, right? That kind of feeling.
Yeah.
所以说左边那个图大概就是说你想渲染一个很可怕的人，就你想把这个人就是角色渲染这个人是个 evil 是个恶魔之类的，你可以用一些仰视角去感觉这个人是很可怕。但是你想渲染另一个人，就大概他被吓着了，就是他感觉什么东西很可怕，就是被威胁的一种感觉，经常会用一些就是一些俯视角。然后俯视角你可能会感觉，当我们在画镜头语言的时候，会讲到一些东西，就是在画面左右，你可以控制把一些东西放在右边，你会习惯的感觉这个东西的重量要比东西放在左边要大一些。然后东西的形体越简单，你会感觉比形体要复杂的东西，相比较而言，它的重量感越强。就是感觉这种人视觉的玩这种人视觉之间的一个微小差异，我感觉是挺有意思。就是你有些知识你是不经意间你就感觉到了，但是有些人就不会太就是太在意这些啊，我没感觉到我用了很多的一些什么一些技巧呀，一些知识之类，但是你确实感觉到那种感觉。我觉得这才是一个分镜一个镜头所需要的一个挺有魅力的一些东西。Okay, you put a monster.
Yeah, so in this one, so everything is always about comparison, almost juxtaposition, right? So comparing one to another. So here's a guy with a shield and a sword, and he's like, we know he's in trouble. He's like, oh my gosh, what's he gonna do, right? So this plays upon both of these in a different way, right?
Yeah. So this the little guy is facing that guy, or?
Yeah, he's facing the guy. So let's just make that the back of his head. So we know that. There we go.
Yeah.
Silhouette him there, right? So it's like, oh no. And then if you want from here, you could go and throw in, a nice close up of that poor guy looking up. So because he's looking up, we would actually see him straight on, but his body would be right underneath him because he's looking up, right? Like this.
Yes.
Like, oh no, I'm in such trouble. So this would be a good a good
like a down shot.
Yeah, matching over. Yeah, and there's the down shot. Like, uh-oh. Okay. Right, and then there's the ground. Right, so you just grid the ground in, so you feel that, and a bit of the shield. You won't see the sword, and then he's like, oh my gosh, yeah, so I'm in trouble. And
他在画这个就是一个小人儿在面对一个很巨大一个人，就是一个。这个巨大人大概就是一个 medium shot， 再推远点就可以叫 establish shot， 就 long shot， 就是一个中景到一个就是 establish shot， 大概就是说怎么翻译呢？就是你去交代这个场景交代场景的一个镜头，大概叫 establish shot， 就是你推远一点长镜头嘛。但是有一些长镜头是画人物的 ，establish shot 基本就是 cover 一些。包括一些就是取景呀、location 呀、time 呀、人物之类的，都会在 establish shot 去跟大家做一个诠释。Okay, so it's like that facing each other, that kind of feeling.
Yeah, and yeah, right, yeah, and you get to match angles that way, right? So it's an interesting thing. So yeah, and it plays on a lot. And the other one, and this is something actually that a lot of people, a lot of my students will always get wrong. They'll get it wrong. They'll do a door, but they want the door to look intimidating and scary, so they'll do an upshot in the door. But
to do an upshot door to feel. Yeah, it's really hard to exaggerate that kind of threatened feeling.
Yeah, right? Because this just looks like a wall that's leaning back because we see the ground. If we really are looking up in a door, actually, I can just do it right here. We just have to do this. So that becomes our framing, right?
Yes.
And now that'll work, right? And so what the problem is people always try to put the ground in. But if we're looking up at a door, we don't see the ground because we're on the ground looking up.
Yeah, so you squeeze just like you squeeze a little bit, like do a crop of the frame
Yeah.
so that you can exaggerate that kind of fade in a little bit more, right?
Yeah, and so now it works because we are looking up on the door, and it's like we're on the ground looking up on the door.
Yes. So you pay attention to the eye line. I mean,
Exactly, right?
right?
So our eye line is down here somewhere, which
Yes.
means we can introduce an eye line way up here somewhere that this is actually working in the perspective of, right? Because
Yes.
that's what's happening there. So you're adding in your third point. And then because of that, if you notice how I did the door, I did it real quick, the doorknob, but we're seeing underneath the doorknob, right?
Yes.
So that also helps to pay that off. I guess we can put a window in here too, like a transom window, right? And again, all of that helps to pay off that feel,
OK。
right? So
然后他在画着一个小例子，就是说很多同学就是说 OK， 我用一个仰视镜头，对吧，去画一个 door， 然后画一个门，就感觉这个门啊很恐怖那种感觉。但是如果你有时候你用对了透视，但是你把地面就是画进去以后，你很难感觉这个门很恐怖。然后呢，你就稍微做一点儿，就是裁剪，然后把地面裁剪掉，稍微往上推一点，然后把那个 doorknob， 就是那个开门那个门把手往下推一点，放到你视角左右。你的一个就是大家知道有一个透视规则叫什么 the third rule 嘛，就是把画面3等分，就放到一个视点左右的时候，然后你看不见那个地面，因为你是仰视，你仰视的话，你要很去关注你的一个 eye level， 就是 eye level 就是说你人站在地面，你的眼睛视平线大概会看到什么样，如果你抬头的话，你是看不到地面的。所以说就是大家在画分镜的时候，他说要注意，就是一定要注意你的 eye level 在哪儿。如果你用仰视的话，你再包括到地面进去，它就是不是一个很合理的一个仰视。Alright, so what you're doing right now is like.
So there's other types of angles that you can also do.
Okay.
So we see, a lot of times people see a shot like this and they say, okay, there's you're in a room and all you see is a table with a bottle of poison and glass. Mm-hmm. So we could do it like this, or we can do what Alfred Hitchcock always managed to do. Alfred Hitchcock did Psycho. I don't know if you remember something called Psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho
is a
movie.
Oh no.
Oh,
sorry.
So
catch up with you then.
So it's a good movie because it played upon a lot of interesting visualizations. And Alfred Hitchcock, way back in I think it was the 50s and 60s, he was
Psycho. I probably do the search like just spell like a psycho.
It's like it'd be PSYCHO. I think that's
CHO. Oh, Psycho.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Everybody see that movie.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And he had that storyboarded, but this is what you do. This becomes our framing now. Right?
Okay.
So by making this our framing, what we let me do this. We'll go like that, so we can see it the way we need to.
Yes. So it's just like instead of you do a very standard shot, you just like a twisting a little bit, like use that kind of like
it's called Dutch angle or tilt.
Yeah, Dutch
Camera
angle.
tilt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I remember that from last night. I do translation and do Dutch. What Dutch mean? Okay.
Yeah. There you go. So now we see the world off balance. So as you're entering in on this off balance world, something's not right. So we're subtly telling the audience,
okay,
get ready for something because this isn't right. Something's wrong here.
Yes.
Right.
OK， 他现在在做一个小镜头，就说他推荐我一个电影，大家应该都看过，叫《Cycle》，就是《惊魂记》，就是那个好多看到那个分镜头，就是一个女主角在浴室被杀，那个拿刀被刀杀那个镜头，就是很出名的电影。他说那个电影里边会玩了很多去镜头的运用。他说他做一个小例子，就是你想渲染一个进了屋看到一个 桌子上有个瓶子是毒酒啊之类的，你用一个很平视的视角很难感觉出那种就是不对劲儿的感觉。然后你所需要做的，你可能不需要去玩一些很 crazy 的一些角度，你只要把镜头稍微他说叫 Dutch angle，就是说把镜头稍微做一些倾斜。你会感觉到啊，有些东西不对劲儿，那种感觉就会被体现出来。仅仅你把镜头稍微倾斜一下。All right. You remember you did like last time you did how to animate a storyboard, like do a quick back and forth and that kind of thing looks pretty cool. Can you do a very fast demo based on that kind of thing?
So when you say animate, like using Toon Boom, or just draw like a really nice pose?
Oh, I think it's used Toon Boom last time. You just like go back and forth and say, you just like, I recommend you can set up a shortcut something, but say, I really like this kind of way of doing. I think it's in Toon Boom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so you're gonna cover that in the class, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Let me go and grab it.
Okay. Yeah, you can talk. You can cover more like how to do example like different shots in the class. Like you do the example in how to show scary, how to show be threatened. Maybe people can try how to see the happy world, how to see like the very sad that kind of thing.
Yeah. So let me bring this in.
OK， 我先让 Rui 去大概给大家看一下，有一个软件叫 Toonboom， 这个软件是大家做 Storyboard， 如果你想让 Storyboard 去 Animate 去动态的话，它这个软件是特别常用的一个软件，它会在课程里面跟大家教一下如何去运用。之前他讲的那个就是大家看那个镜头去害怕的镜头呀，或者说就是被害怕然后害怕的镜头，这些只是一个小例子，就是说让大家了解一下分镜是如何运用摄像机去帮助去渲染这个画面效果。就是有时候你根本不用去用就是用打光呀，任何打光，然后上调子或者用什么各种颜色玩对比那些东西去渲染一个氛围，有时候摄像机会帮助很大。然后呢，我想让他演示一下，大概就用 Toonboom 去怎么去让你感觉出，在不同的一些那个镜头去来回的左右，就是去动态那样一个感觉。我之前看过他画一点，还挺有意思。然后他那个，对，大家想看他的那个叫什么？他的那个课表的话，我已经放在了我们群的群文件，然后大家可以看一下。昨天晚上我刚翻译好，它的一些很专业术语，确实大家用那个百度翻译之类的很难翻译很地道，所以说我已经翻译好，大家有兴趣可以去看一下。Are you working at a company use Toonboom as well?
Actually, I use Toon Boom here at Ubisoft as well. I did a lot on another game, and I actually animated with it so they can really get a good idea, again, really fast, how certain things will look and how they'll want to animate it once they model it. Yeah. So.
Okay. I never see your animated storyboard at company.
Oh no, yeah, no. If you're interested, I can show you. I also what I've been developing. I did it last year, and they really liked it.
For which project?
This was actually for a fake project because I just I had a little XP, so I was able to show them what we could do. So I would bring in an FBX, an object like a 3D model.
Yes.
And it was a 3D model of like a structure, like a temple. And
nice.
And then I brought it into Toon Boom, and I
you do screenshots.
And then you get a 3D camera. Toon Boom has a 3D camera.
Okay.
So I moved it through, and then what I did was you can manipulate your actual 3D plane that you draw on so I could I can in between it and move it around so that we'd always see it from the angle we needed to see it because it's only 2D. And it looked like the character was running through this 3D environment and jumping and landing and turning around. And I did it all with a crane camera move, right?
Yeah. That gonna be you find the time to show me.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Yeah, because I have it here, so on the computer, so I can definitely show it to you. So.
You have a computer right now? Can you show it to us right now?
I don't think I can because I used existing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Just show me.
Yeah, okay, so I'll show you. And if I have something that I did that has nothing to do with anything, I'll see if I can find it. Because I've done a few of them, so I'll see it at home if I have one. Because I also have this stuff at home, so I can check.
Yeah.
So basically, the A and the F keys are like my page flip. See, so I can do this. And then what happens is traditional animators would page flip to do their artwork. So what's happening here is I'm going to have this character kind of get down, almost like getting ready. It's called antic, and then they're gonna jump off another way. So the idea is going to be that I want this character to do something like this. I'll put it on a new layer so I can get rid of it. So there's his head. So I want him to kind of swing around and leave off to the right side, right?
他现在在画一个，他想就是让这个人做一个，然后就是一个跳跃的一个小动态。他之前跟我说，他在公司里面给那些，因为很少人能正儿八经懂那个分镜的一些东西，然后他画了一些小 demo 是给那些头看的。然后他说他借助一个软件，就是用通部里面可以用3D，建一个镜头，然后去导入一个3D 模型之类的，然后去用镜头去调整模型，然后在每一帧上去画分镜，去画不同的 frame， 然后这样你会感觉到那个就把2D 和3D 结合一下嘛。现在是公司里面很常用一个手法，不是说你画很多东西都需要就是分镜，大家一想啊都很 sketchy， 就是很草的一些草图，大家就直接画，以速写的手法就把它画了。有些时候你是直接可以去借助一些3D 截图，像我们画概念图一样 SketchUp 呀，现在大家都很常用，然后有时候会用它雕刻软件做一些设计之类的。所以说他们用那个分镜的话，也会借助一些快速3D 手法去帮助建一个很大的一个透视感觉，然后去添加人物在上面，是为这样特别的一个很方便。Yeah, remember this? It's like
yeah, the
squeeze down first, right?
Yeah. So they in animation they call that anticipation, and they also call it squash. So this is squashing, but it's also anticipating for what the action is going to be. So now I do this. Now if I want his knees to also go down, because right now his knees aren't bending down, I'm going to go and grab my cutter tool, and I'm just going to push this whole thing down like that.
他这种手法可能
There we go. So
对，他这种手法就是说，你画一个人，他会来回的，就是前后的去 check 他那个每一个 point 是不是正确。然后他 squeeze down 的话，就是说你的那个膝盖可能要向下去弯曲嘛，所以说比起上一帧来说，膝盖应该往下，所以说你去随时调整这个人物的，你不能让这个人一蹲，而且蹲的更靠上，对吧？就这种感觉，他会画的时候还需要注意一下。Yeah, that kind of feeling is pretty.
Right. So, and then from there, the idea is that I did this blur here, but I'm going to get rid of it because what I really want is, remember, I created that nice arc, so I'd want that to be part of the arc. So I'd want the blur to be more like this kind of idea. So he's kind of wrapping around. So then when I go to do the next one, the head comes here like this and start to launch himself. Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of feeling like when I looking at a song for a second, right, and then I close my eye, I still can see the song.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's called persistence of vision. So
Yeah,
that's why.
I don't know what they call in English. Is pretty. Yeah, I learned that before. It's like
Yeah,
when you see something and then you very fast turn your head to see another side, but you still can see a little bit like the kind of vision from the
yeah,
previous thing you see before. It's
exactly.
really interesting.
And
他这样来回的去做那个动态，就相当于大家看那个短暂的一个呃怎么说那个就是闪光芒那种感觉，就是你看太阳，你看一眼太阳，然后你立马把眼睛就是看别的地方，然后你那个眼里边可能仍然还略微有点那个太阳很亮的一个影子，其实就是太阳很亮嘛，所以说你会很明显感觉到，其实你看别的东西，然后你一转眼看其他地方的时候，你仍然会有一个对，但有人说在残影，对，有点那种感觉，所以说它基本化 Storyboard 可以用一些这种玩视角的东西，可以去这样做一个，就是也不叫动态吧，就是说你很清晰的可以感觉到这个人动的是合理的。OK。
so if you notice, I've been doing the legs, but the legs aren't even in frame.
Yes.
But it's very important that I do them, so I have grounding to what I'm doing, right?
So you don't you didn't like put the whole character inside a frame, but you still keep them on the right position, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. You understand the grounding of them. You understand how all the flow is working.
Yes.
So it's very important to do that, to draw beyond the frame, even what's visual,
nice.
Because of that.
就是大家看这个人物，其实他没有把整个人物放在镜头里面，但是，他说叫 grounding 就是说这个人，就是说他站在哪儿，虽然没有在整个屏幕里边显示出来，但是当你画的时候，你心里一定要有数。有很多朋友说 ，OK， 这个人在屏幕外边了，所以说画好几个人重叠在后面，但是如果你真把这 grounding 画出来的话，你会感觉这个人。就这些人可能没有站在同一个 grounding 上，有些人可能飞起来了。就是他说这个 grounding line 是很也挺重要的，就大家要画的时候要 pay attention. Okay.
See, so that a lot of this won't actually be seen either because it's already out of frame, but I still want to feel what's happening, so I'm going to put it in just so I get that feel in, and then.
Yes. I think it's very testing your imagination, like say how the people jumping, how the people acting.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll actually be required to board something like this so we get to feel what's going on. Right. So if I press play, let me do this first. Let me go put in a cross dissolve.
Okay.
So, right.
And then you can play a little bit like a timing thing, right?
Yeah, right. Okay. So it's been timed out already. If you take a look over at my panels, I'm basically running them at 0.2, so almost a second a panel. These ones are more, this one's less. This one's only at 8 frames. So there's that 8 frame beat that I set up my Toon Boom to do, because Toon Boom comes standard with 12 seconds each frame. See, so we have this.
Oh, okay.
You see, so
就在 Toon Boom 里边，你可以去加一些 timing， 在不同 timing 之间，然后你就可以去就是延长一个镜头时间，缩短一个镜头时间，可以就是去模拟一个镜头。而且可以去做一个第一个可能做了一个 fading 吧，就可以去渐入渐出这类效果都可以做，挺方便的。之前我老师教这个，在学校里面他会教不用这个做分镜，他是用这玩意儿做类似于Flash 一样做动画，就那个是挺枯燥的，我不太喜欢那个东西。但是你要用这玩意儿做分镜的话，还是挺强大的一个软件，大家可以有兴趣的可以试一下。然后我见到朋友有的用那个 Photoshop 做分镜，也特别好用。Can you do fading, fade out in here as well?
Yeah. So.
But it still have the function, right?
This is fade up. So so the way they do it here is they use a cross dissolve tool. So what I do is I start with a blank frame, and then I cross dissolve that into my image. So that's like a fade up. So that creates that. Yeah, fade in. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
它现在就该做一个fade in，就是渐入的一个小效果。
Yeah.
从空白开始，然后加一个时间，它就会渐入到下一张。Okay. Yeah, you can teach that kind of techniques through the class.
Exactly. Yeah.
有些同学就是不会用的，也不用担心，他会在课程里面会教大家去具体怎么操作呀之类的。现在只是做一个很简单的一个小，给大家演示一下，大概这个软件还可以这么玩。So you kind of like cut into another thing.
Yeah. So what's happening is I'm showing someone else that this character is going to be running towards.
Okay.
So there's the character, and so what I do is I make sure that's only about 4 frames because I want it almost like a no hold.
Yes.
And then I'm going to add another panel, and on that panel, I'll do the same thing. So what's going to happen is this person's going to probably come to here.
他在画这个，就是说那个人跳出 frame。跳出镜头以后，去朝这个人去跑，就两个人一个呼应的一个关系。
Get the shoulders right up.
So it feels like for storyboard, sometimes it doesn't have to be so complicated. Story telling a very planful story. Sometimes it's a very simple story, but it's really hard to.
Yes.
Play that as well, right?
And that's a problem. A lot of people starting off storyboarding, they always feel like they have to. It's like they make it more complicated than they have to, because it's complicated enough without worrying about going in and making some crazy epic.
Yeah.
And that's yeah.
他就是说画分镜，有很多同学一开始说画分镜很 sketchy， 我要画的越复杂越好。就是有时候他说分镜就是你从简单的时候你玩好了以后，你把就是每一个 panel 里面的一些技巧呀，如何运用计算机那个搞明白以后，再去着手研究让剧情之类的，再去做那个就什么那个这 narrative part， 就是一个叙事的一个角度。就是先从简单的入手，其实简单已经如果你把其他东西都搞清楚的话，已经算挺复杂的了，就无需要在一开始做的特别的一个复杂的一个东西。而且他之前刚才我漏掉一个翻译，就是说他说学镜头这个东西有点像画分镜的很少去自己去拍一个东西。所以说，就是镜头在分镜师的眼里是一个很抽象的一个东西，所以说我们需要用到它，但是不是很真切的拿在手里去用到它。所以说，我们一定要去充分的了解这个我们需要用的东西。虽然我们可能很难很现实的去用到它，但是我们一定要提前去把它知透了解。So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like around 6 kind of panel or 10 panels. What's the timing you already control for this?
So I've thrown the timing in, so you can see. So I'll play it again. So fade up, he goes out, and right. So that's where we stopped, right? But you can see. And then so what's important about what I did here is about what you were talking about and asking about before about how you compose panels and angles and such. You can see even in these very rough gestures that this character is protecting themselves, and they're curling up. And this character, the way this character is attacking, which is very important, is I've opened up the audience to what's going on. Okay. So what that means is I could have here. Let's do an alternate. So let's add a panel. Let's make this. And this is other stuff that I would be doing with let me get my opacity. Good. Okay. This is other stuff that that I can do in the class where I would show different options that would create different different techniques, right? So I'm going to. Oops. Let me do this again. 就
他在这儿就是说那个就是 body language， 就是动态语言是特别重要。有时候你不需要去把一个 角色画特别清晰，但是几笔你要让人感觉出来这个人在做什么样的反应，就这个人去张开他的动态，感觉是攻击性，然后另一个人去蜷缩一下，这种感觉就是在自我保护。这种就 body language 很快速，大家一定要去学会一个简单的表达，而不是说去抠细节。Okay, so you are trying different ways to.
Yeah. And then I show the difference of what that means for the dynamic. So reaching out here, this coming back here with the arm, so then elbow coming up, going out. Oops, where'd I go?
他在做不同的
Okay.
他在做不同的方式去改变这个 body language， 去就是可能会渲染不同的一个效果，他会做一个对比给大家看。
So,
okay,
let me do this. So you saw this, and it's open to us. This one, it's closed to the audience. We've made the audience feel like they're not part of it. They can't affect it because they're left on the outside of it because this has come across. So what it does is it makes the audience feel different about this attack. This is an attack that the audience feels a little bit more helpless to watch. Versus this one, the audience feels part of it. You know?
So this one is like this one feels like a more part.
Yeah.
Like the audience be part of this, right?
Yeah.
So because it's open to you, to us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
就是不同的那个动态里边，它做了一个，就是一个是转身去朝后，一个转身朝前，就是做分镜一定要考虑到，就是有些镜头你需要把这个观众，你是给观众看的，所以说它这种姿态的话，就是朝观众就会感觉观众感觉更被他说叫 involve， 就是更被那个去有代入感嘛那种感觉。OK。就这些小 technique， 他会在课程去给大家讲一些，有些很小的东西，就是你你注意了，你画出来的东西感觉就很到位。但如果你就是感觉这个不太在意，可能你画出来就感觉有哪地方不太对劲。所以说这些他会把一些平时大家所注意不到的东西，然后拿出来跟大家分享一下，什么才是分镜中就是比较对分镜比较帮助比较大的一些 technique。Okay.
So what I'm doing here, I'm just showing another idea where it doesn't have to be in action that you do that. So there's this character. He's relaxed. He's looking over. And he's going to be talking, but smiling too. Go on.
I feels like more relaxable gesture is a little bit harder than, like more stressful gesture.
A lot of times it can be, yeah.
When people want to do a tacting or being frightened, that kind of gestures feels like it's kind of easier. But if you want to do a character like a very relaxable standing pose, sometimes it's really hard to do for me, at least.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I have students that'll say, you know what, all you have to do is a stick figure. So a stick figure, right? So I'll just do this and you can tell them a stick figure.
我在问他说，我说我当时我画的东西，我感觉是，你画一些很夸张的动态，反而比画一些很放松的动态要简单。然后他说，说解决这个问题，大概就是画这个就火柴人嘛。
So that's a simple stick figure of someone standing, but there's weight. There's strength. There's a strong gesture in there. So I call it dynamic. And so I'll tell my students do a dynamic pose with stick figure, and then they end up doing something like this.
Yeah, I think I should starting stick figure or something rather than consider everything in a form, shapes.
Exactly. Yeah. Because it makes things easier to understand. So they feel they have to do something like this, right?
Okay, yeah.
But and it's so much harder for them. It's hard enough doing this, and they want to start being able to do this and make it look good and strong, right? It's unfortunate, but that's that. It's when you don't realize what the importance is of what you just said of a simple pose.
他说他用火柴人画的时候，有很多同学就是特别喜欢画一些 OK 火柴人简单嘛，我就要画一些很夸张的 pose。然后但是你夸张的时候，他说火柴人这个东西跟我们平时画就是画一些结构呀东西，就是当我们画人物嘛，大概大家说最多就是剪影结构，就是剪影结构你包括了之后，你会在相应的去削弱一些，他说叫 dynamic， 就是你的一个动态的一个感觉。所以说火柴人是完全 focus on 就是 body language 这个动态语言，所以说这个对分镜是特别重要的。Okay.
So it's playing on the thing that I did before, where I'm gonna have her like this guy is basically hitting on her, right? So he's like, hey, you want a drink? Do you want to go back to my place? Do you want anything? And of course, you can see she's not too keen on what's going on. So this arm protects, right? Goes to the hand, and then this arm comes across and is almost like pushing him back. You know what I mean? So there's her body, there's her recoil back. So because she's recoiling back, I'll make sure to have that hip is the hip with the weights on it. So that's going to be coming here, and this one, because there's a tilt, is going to be going way over there. And all of a sudden, oops, it's this one here. There we go. Right? You can see what's happening with her before finishing his drawing. Now, if I finish his drawing and I open him up against the audience is open to it, if I close him up, and now you can start talking, and then I'll just draw and then I'll finish off.
Yeah. 他在画这个，就说有些东西，有些就是镜头，你想传达的一些信息，你根本无需就是把所有东西都画完，你只画一个。就是小局部，比较重点小局部，像这个女的，她去拿手就去做一个交叉，去推这个男的，这种感觉你已经，然后再加上两个人的眼神一个对视，你已经就是可以感觉到这种信息。然后当你在细化完了以后，就是做一个就去 clean up， 去画细节嘛。但是在前期，大感觉是细节帮助不是特别大。就你完全可以通过一个没有细节的一个，也需要有细节。就是我们说的这儿的细节，不是说大家理解中的那种细节。我们这儿细节可能是说，去就是交叉的一个手呀，去一些就是 graphic design 一些东西，就说，一个线的交叉可能就是一个细节，然后一个小动态可能一个细节。就不是一个你把这个东西画的多么细，大家才叫细节。
So again, you can see how this arm, it's blocking her, so she's blocked, but it's also again blocking the audience. So we as an audience feel more threatened about what's going on because we can't even help her, right? She's helpless, and we as an audience we feel even more helpless because we can't, he's blocked her from us and vice versa by doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like so say the arm is like being blocked between audience and him and her. Yeah. So if you make the audience feels like being blocked out as well. So right. So exactly. Feel same as the.
Yeah. Because we could easily have just had the other arm go behind her, right? And then if we did that, and then this arm came here and kind of held on his hip, right? Then what that would do is that would open it up.
他画这个就说用一个胳膊去挡在这个女生跟观众之间这种感觉，就是感觉观众的他在模拟这个，让观众去模拟这个女生的心理，就感觉这个观众被这个胳膊给隔开了，就感觉很恐惧那种感觉，就是你可以去运用一些小手法去让观众去模拟去想象。我就是那个女的，我现在怎么想的？就是这种有点这种很被威胁那种感觉，就不是说也是一种代入感，但是他在画另一个，就是说用把这个 gesture 去 open up， 就是说把这个动态去敞开的话，可能就是从另一个角度。So what you draw is like from another angle, right?
So it's the same thing, except I've just put
Yes.
the arm behind now.
OK，
So we've opened it up. It's the same thing as I just showed before, but in a different kind of dynamic where she's up against the wall, right?
Yeah. 他画另一个就是说把那个手与其放在前面，然后他就换到从后面去拍的话，然后他那个手在后面，这样的话，就是观众感觉这个女的被威胁的这种感觉就会降低一些。所以说完全取决于你想表达什么样的感觉对一个镜头。现在你想渲染这个镜头，就是这个女的被威胁了，所以说最好的是把这个手放在前面。就一些小的一些怎么拍这个一个镜头，很多运用的就是你跟观众之间的一个心理的一个 reaction， 一个心理的一个互动的一个关系。Yeah, that looks pretty. Yeah, I didn't pay much attention to it before, but once you do the compare, yeah, I can definitely.
Yeah. Like look how much less threatening that one is, right? It's so like he doesn't seem this one here. He's like so oppressive, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
yeah, if you want to do kind of more, two lovers, talk about something warmer, so it's better to open up, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can add body language. Go on. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. 他说，如果你想另一个就是，与其让那个女的感觉被威胁了，而且感觉好比说一对情人在那儿聊天，你可能就要用另一个去把那个手放在后面这个方式去拍。Okay.
Is there any other questions?
Yeah, this is really helpful.
Okay. So because you said that, now I want to do one with their that they're more, they seem like lovers or they're flirting or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So there's.
他现在在画一对，就是他刚才听我说，你画与其被威胁，你画一个小情人的感觉，他现在在画那个。Okay. Yeah, you really try. When I did storyboarding, I feel like it's more, for me, it's more pay attention to how to transfer the shapes.
Oh yeah.
That kind of fading. And I used to think about like say, for example, my just personal doodling. I say transfer from rolling umbrella into like a motorcycle's wheel rolling, and then you kind of like cutting from different shots by just like the same shape by. Right. So
yeah.
You can,
and that's nice. That's a segue technique, right? That's called segue. When you use
okay.
So you're using one image to transition to change over somewhere else to the same image, to the same shape, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see Toy Story 2?
Toy Story?
Yeah, the second one, the second Toy Story movie.
I do believe I saw that, but I can barely remember what's going on there. But I think I saw that before, sure.
Well, yeah, because what happened, there was a part where Buzz Lightyear is saying how he wants to save Woody, and he's being all like American, and so an American flag goes behind him, and he walks off because he's going to go save Woody, and then they dissolve from that American flag to a black and white American flag on a TV somewhere else.
Oh,
so
okay.
Right? So that's what you do. If you got the wheel of the motorcycle and then all of a sudden you go to something else of that round shape, it's a really artistic way of transitioning, and they call that segue.
Segue. Okay.
Yeah.
之前我跟他说我一些小练习画那个小镜头，我自己尝试过去，好比说一个人一个顶视去照一个城市有个人打着伞。打比方说，就是人打着伞，然后他会玩这个伞，让这个伞转，然后你转越来越快的话，你就去用这个伞这个镜头去transition 去变到一个摩托车的轮子，然后转的极快，然后从细节，然后就是去介绍另一个角色骑着摩托车入场。我之前自己玩分镜的时候用过这些，他跟我说他这个叫什么how to say this like a C。
Right here, you see where I've written it? Segue.
Segue, OK. 他说这个东西叫这个变换形体的技巧叫 segue， 是一个挺专业名词，我没听说过。 就是说 segue 就是用同样的形体去做一个镜头之间的一个切分，就是做剪辑的时候。他说之前看那个Toy Story 就是玩具总动员里面2，他说有一个叫想介绍那个 Woody 嘛，那个里面那个角色就是从一个美国一个旗帜，然后飘呀飘就飘到一个电视里边黑白的一个美国旗。他说有这么一个镜头，我忘了，但是他好像不知道他做过还是怎么地。Okay, segue. Yeah, I gonna write down this word for me.
Yeah.
You mind?
Because that's a very great technique to use. It's a nice artistic technique, but that's what's
Okay.
happening. So I could continue, but instead of drawing the faces and everything, which if they're smiling, that helps. But here's a
Yeah.
good example of he's leaning in and everything on her, but
Okay.
her body language is also different. His is a
Yeah, it's
little
kind of
different.
more friendly.
Yeah, right. So
Yes.
actually, let's add.
So instead of you put a very like a straightforward arm from the male,
Yeah.
you curve a little bit, right? So it feels like it's
So it's softer. It's not so direct.
Yes. 它这个跟之前那个做了一个对比，就说这个感觉更亲近，与其把这个男的一个直的，大家可以看到一个直的手臂从直线做到一个弯曲，然后就感觉把它 curve 了一下，就弯曲了一下，这样大家会感觉更多的一个是 more friendly， right， 更亲近的一个感觉，而不是很 harsh， 就是很威胁性的一个动作。然后去把这个手放在后面，然后感觉观众在这个镜头里面感觉就会被代入感更强烈一些。然后那个女的腿也是，与其是很直的想要跑，她会弯曲了一下。所以说这些就 shape language and body language 会帮助分镜做一些很微妙的一些信息传达。She's holding a cocktail.
Yeah, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Get something else going on with her thing. So I can tilt her down so she can still be shy. So it's almost like she's shying away from him, but then I have her grinning, so it's like she's shy, but she also likes what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I can leave some time to students who have. You can keep
Questions?
doodling. Yeah,
Sure.
I can leave them to some questions about the class.
Sure.
Because they basically already know what you're gonna do in the class, and I let them know if there are any, post-poll to get some change, or is there any questions they want to know? Okay.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. 现在想给大家留一些时间，因为他之前他是专门来公司给我们做这次直播，就是挺辛苦的，所以说我们就不耽误他太多时间了。本打算是1个小时左右，现在大概快2个小时。想留给大家一些时间呢，去有一些我已经把课程表都翻译在了 QQ 群的群文件，大家有什么问题？对分镜一些问题，可以就是太大的面儿问题就不要问，就好比说怎么画 body language 那些可以在课程里面讲。就大概有没有一些很就是对课程的问题啊，或者说主要对课程的问题，还有对一些很棘手的分镜问题，你可以在这儿提一下。我问一下Rui有没有什么比较好的一些答案给大家。然后课程表是不是有修改的余地？如果大家看过的话，可以说就是可以给大家提问。Somebody say the storyboard is more about movie or more about animation? I mean the class.
As far as storyboard's concerned, there's not much difference. In other words, I'll definitely treat it more like movie because I'll be talking about shots, and shots is more of a movie thing. Scenes is more of an animation thing. If anyone has animation questions that are different than movie questions, of course I'll be able to answer them. But I'm definitely wanting it to be more about movie.
For sure. 他说这个是更倾向于影视的分镜。他说大体来说，据他经验，在影视分镜和动画分镜之间的区别不是很大，但是如何玩转镜头，主要是还关于影视分镜，因为动画分镜主要是多偏向2D，就是一个 scene 就一个场景里面去平移那种东西，就是场景不动人在动，那些基本上是动画分镜，但是场景人镜头一块在动，基本上多是影视分镜，它会多偏向影视分镜的一个教学。And somebody say like how to study the face, like a big the
Yeah.
face or what a face.
Well, I'd like us to touch on that, but I think it's a good idea to practice that. The best answer always for drawing people is life drawing.
OK，他说画表情基本就跟画 life drawing，就是画写生人体动态一样，去做写生吧，就从写生中去画，去学习人体关于人体的所有东西，我感觉是很不错的一个。然后我之前看很多动画人都是拿放一个小镜子在旁边，所以说基本就会，你不管画什么，自己随便做个表情就学习了嘛，因为你很难的去搜一些图片啊，去搜人怎么笑，人怎么哭那些，与其看别人，不如自己看自己。我看到很多animator 做动画都会这样去放个小镜子自己去模拟。Another say is kind of like a question. Say if you like shooting two characters
Yes.
and how to balance the character, like how to say this character is stronger than that one, and how to balance that kind of like emphasize.
To emphasize that.
Say like two characters are opponent, so one is an enemy for another one. So that kind of feeling, I think it's more about play the angle,
Yeah, it is. It's
Right.
about the angle and it's about the eye level. So,
Okay.
if for example, let's see, just do something real quick here. So I want one person to seem more impressive than the other. So I'm going to do two equal body types, right?
Yes.
So I go two equal body types and make them small right now, and I just do this, right?
Yeah, you can just keep simple. That's gonna be fine.
Right, and so
Well, that-
they look equal. Everything about them looks equal. If I want one to look more intimidating than the other, then in a shot, I'll probably put the more intimidating character in the foreground and go for a low angle. So by doing that, and also changing the posture a little, right, putting our eye level down here, right, then all of a sudden the same person, watch, the same person of the same height.
他现在画两个人，就是如何表达两个人在一个镜头中的优劣关系，就是如何去 shifting 去 focus on 另一个人，然后就这种变换一个焦点这种感觉，就可以运用去 eye level，就是视平线跟透视的一个关系去。
See, so they're the same height because of where our eye level's taking us, and yet this person seems on top. And so the same way, you change your eye level the other way,
Yes.
so that this now our weaker person, or a person that's not as intimidating, is in the
Yes.
foreground. But now I'll probably change my camera angle to something like this, so that way, when I go to do the other character over here, let me get the total height in, and I'm gonna have to reframe this. Oops, there we go. They're all of a sudden higher in the frame. And by being higher in the frame, they seem more intimidating again. Let's get that framing nicer. You see that?
Yeah, so just like play with the angle is more helpful to shifting kind of focal point on each character, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and that'll do it.
OK，大家还有什么问题的话，我觉得可以去我们的 QQ 群去关注一下我们的信息。就是我们有几个老师他在 QQ 群里面已经， 但是他们不会打中文嘛，所以说大家有什么问题，对课程、对相关专业知识，都可以去在群里去问我，好吧？然后我在群号给大家可以再看一下这个群号，有什么问题大家在 QQ 群里联系我。Okay, Rui. Thanks so much for coming to share your treasure morning time with us. And I know it's like you just definitely come to company. It's yeah, it's I really appreciate for this. And
my pleasure.
Yeah, I think lots of people say they watch the movie, they watch the tutorial, say, "Wow, I never touched this kind of knowledge before." They feel really grateful.
Oh, good,
And,
good, awesome.
Yeah, so they feels like, wow, it's like a totally another new world. Actually, me, I did some storyboard before, and I didn't feels like, okay, I missed so many knowledge from professional learning this. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
It's really helpful.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it because it has to be a lot more deliberate, a lot more aware of those of the human condition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Thanks, Rui. 我们感谢 Rui 老师之前给我们单独星期六还单独跑到公司给我们来做直播，跟大家分享一些关于分镜相关的知识。有兴趣的话可以加群，或者说直接微信联系我都可以。欢迎大家关注我们的 Creative Gear 创意齿轮的课程。我会把这个视频已经录了，然后没有看到那个这次直播的朋友呢，可以去回看，好吧？大概应该是下周左右我会把视频上传。对翻译的问题，我们到时候会在课程里面会，因为现在很那个，我再说一下群号，因为现在就是大概1个多小时翻译的很急嘛，就是说不可能，我可能会疏忽了一些这个一些翻译的细节，但是在课程里面我会每次课都会在3-4个小时左右，3个小时左右，所以说到时候会有专门的翻译跟大家去很详细的讲解其中的一些很细节的知识。OK， 欢迎大家来观看我们的下一期直播，将会在下2周。应该是2位大神，还有2位大神等待我们的直播，是关于场景跟插画。有兴趣的朋友可以持续关注我。OK， 多谢大家来观看我们的直播，我们今天就到这儿，我们群里见。OK，thanks Rui.
Thank you.
And yeah, I think you can close the living and